Okay. Hello, everyone. Officially, we are preparing to get ready 2 more way places. They're still not ready yet, but we are in Korea equipping the way place, and in San Jose we are doing remodeling, doing some more additions, like bathroom additions to the building. So it's not quite ready yet, but we are working very hard to get the 2 new way places ready. Maybe, and then also for Korea, we're trying to get the visa for Master XZ Xianshi to go over there and assume responsibility to be the abbot and carry out my plans for Korea. So why are we doing this? I'm just reminding you that personally, I'm not that crazy about growth and expansions. Okay, I'm a very low-key guy, very lazy, if you will. I'm not interested in getting more disciples or getting more locations, more temples, more money, and so forth. All I need is 1 red car, and that will make me happy. Preferably a Italian red car, not the Fiat. Please, no Fiats. Okay, so personally, it doesn't take much to make me happy. But on the other hand, that's how I always been like this for as long as I can remember. I first started by wanting to have a big temple and all those things, like most monks and nuns do. But after a while, after going through the training process that my teacher put me through, I sort of changed my mind. I said, no, it's not worth it. All those things are not worth it. So personally, I'm very content with no growth and the status quo. But it's just my personal preference. However, also my teacher also taught us. Part of Mahayana is to 随缘不变，不变随缘. That's our lineage motto. Okay, we accord with conditions, we don't change. We don't change or accord with conditions. What are the conditions? What does it mean according with conditions? Let me tell you what it means to me personally. Okay, personally, according with conditions is that, yes, I'm fine by myself. I'm fine with what we have today, with Lu Mountain Temple and so forth, and Wei Mountain Temple. However, since we have someone called Shakyamuni Buddha who decided to move his relics over to Lu Mountain Temple about several years ago, and honestly, I don't feel I deserved it. Okay, I'm from Mahayana background. I have no interest in relics at all. Okay, I don't know anything about them, and I have no interest. But the relics of the Buddha came to us, and we probably have the biggest collection, ended up with the biggest collection of relics in the North America continent. Okay, if not the Americas continent. So when it first came to me in about 2013, I figured that it won't last. we're too small for a temple, we're too poor, we're too stupid, too lazy, too many things. Okay, that's stacked up against us. So I said it will not last, because I heard so many stories that how the relics fly off by themselves. That happens to a lot of people. So I figure, they fly off by themselves eventually. So it's a matter of time. So I waited for a few months, and then a few months became a few years, and I realized that instead of flying off, they increased. So those are the conditions. So my next adjustment, because it's conditions, right? We accord with conditions. So my next adjustment is to say, well, you know what? Someone else is much better qualified, better equipped than us to handle this wonderful collection. So whoever wants to come over and make me a proposal, I'd be glad to offer up to them. Okay? I have a few organizations I feel are much better qualified than I was to handle the collection. So I said, they come over and they make a proposal, I'd be glad with $5 to recover my investments. And lo and behold, no one came. So I finally realized after 3 or 4 years that conditions not going to change that quickly, so we are stuck with it until something else changes. We have the fact is that we have the Buddha who chose to stay with us. The relics means that the Buddha is there with you. Okay, and so the Buddha made a statement. He says, "I'm here with you. Are you going to ignore me?" And after a few years, I realized I could no longer ignore the Buddha's message. You can be lazy and stupid for so long, but you can't be like that forever. So I finally got the message from the Buddha. It says, "I'm here. Are you going to serve me?" So our evolution came from serving my master's Dharma, okay? And I started by explaining Master YongHua's Dharma because I figured all I had to do is explain his Dharma, because I know I have some insights about his Dharma that the translation to English indicates to me that's lacking. The translation of his Dharma from Chinese to English is excellent by all standards. Okay, I don't care. You can use any standards for transmission of that Mahayana Dharma from my late Chinese teacher. They excel by far. No two ways about it. However, but I figure that on the high end of his Dharma, the translation is lacking. So I figured, all I have to do is not mess with the low end, just explain the high end. That's good enough for me to repay his debt of gratitude. He helped me tremendously in my cultivation. He taught me. Okay, and I explained to you yesterday in yesterday's Dharma Talk, when they teach you, it's a big deal in our world. Okay, when they decide to teach you, that means that you now owe them big time. So I figure I pay him off by explaining his Dharma, so that that's my personal contribution to Mahayana and my generation, and that's good enough. Okay. But when the relics collection came, I realized it's no longer enough, because I'm no longer simply serving Master YongHua. I also need to serve Shakyamuni Buddha as well. And so I went, eeny, miny, mo. I said, which one do I choose now? Okay? I went there for a few times. I even used I Ching. If the old monk asked me, what do I do besides the eeny, miny, mo? I also use I Ching. I threw flip-up coins. I realized finally that it's the Buddha who wins. Master YongHua has to take a back seat. So the conditions are such that I was forced, mind you, in 2016, 2017, that I have to serve the Buddha, okay? Because he's not going away. I don't know what else to do, okay? And Buddha is very adamant. He says, I'm staying here. I'm staying put. What are you going to do about it? Not only is he staying put, I have an out. Do you know what that out is? I may want to serve him, but I still have an out. See, it's very involved in our world. It's not as simple as you think. You may want to say, I want to serve the Buddha. It's that I've done my job. Remember? Okay? The Buddha says, are you going to serve me? I said, absolutely, I will serve you. Right? It still isn't out. Anyone knows what the out is? Hey, you, disciple of Master YongHua, do you know what the out is? You, woman. The out is that I don't have to serve him if I don't have the means. It's not my job to go and collect money from you. Okay? Not my job at all. Does it make sense to you? If I, in order to serve the Buddha, had to go and say, can I borrow $5 from you? Can I borrow $50,000 from you to buy a temple? Okay? Then I'm not serving my Buddha. Can you see that? If I have to go beg for money in order to serve the Buddha, I'm not doing my job. Monks are not supposed to do that. Do you Koreans hear me clearly? Korean Sunims, are you listening to me? Are you paying attention? Okay? Korea is sleeping right now. But when they get up and listen to this, I want you to remember that we, monks and nuns, don't ask for money. They don't go ask for money. Okay? So, but I don't ask for money, but I didn't have money, but I still was looking for a temple. Okay, because I knew that Lu Mountain Temple is too small. Okay, so I looked for a temple, and then all of a sudden, Wei Mountain Temple fell off from the skies. Honestly, it fell into our laps. Okay, there's no reason why we could afford to buy Wei Mountain Temple. It's way out of our range. Okay? And so again, the condition was such that now his supporters, okay, including Shakyamuni Buddha's supporters, Master Shenhua supporters, because his Dharma is serving Shakyamuni Buddha as well, right? So it's the Buddha's supporters, Master Shenhua supporters. Mine are very poor. Look at you. Let's face it. You're poor. So you don't count. Okay? They have no contribution in Wei Mountain Temple, let me assure you. It's from the other side. Okay? Besides, remember, if you really like me, you want to support me, do not give me money. Remember? So those of you who give me money clearly are not my disciples. This is from Shakyamuni Buddha, from Master Shenhua, clearly to me. Okay, my disciples, my devoted disciples, they would never do that. They say, Master is lazy, Master is very happy with status quo, not too much work. That's my disciples. Raise your hands, those of you who are like that. Traitors! You are. So anyway, so Wei Mountain Temple happened. And so it's funny because it fell into our laps. I hated it. It took me 6 months. 6 months, okay? After 1 year of looking for a temple, okay? I looked because I'm supposed to look. But I said, okay, I go look. But, please, God, don't make it happen. So for a year, failure after failure, all over, I went all the way down to San Diego, and between here and San Diego, I said, I'm going to go anywhere between here and San Diego. Okay, I need a bigger temple. Okay. Anyway, so failure after failure, weekend after weekend, I drove so many miles. Okay, I inhaled so many of this horse manure thing. I hate horse manure, by the way. Went to places where they have land, so they kept horses, so it smelled bad. It smelled very bad. Yeah. A couple of places we found that qualified, okay, about an acre plus, or to 90 acres. But never worked out until Wei Mountain Temple happened, So I realized that the condition is such that we need to step up the game and really put forth the efforts, make the efforts more and more to serve Shakyamuni Buddha. That's clear to me that we can't back up. Okay? And after Wei Mountain Temple, now we have in the midst of the pandemic, where everyone is hurting financially, okay? Everyone is terrified out of their wits by this virus, okay? We are bringing 2 more locations online at the same time. That's crazy. It's too crazy for me. You ask me I'm a businessman. I was a businessman. I know about business a little bit more than you, than most of you, than about 99% of you. Okay, you don't do that. Not during a pandemic. That's ridiculous. That is absurd. Okay, it's total nonsense. But it didn't happen, so we had to do it. I had to do it grudgingly. I said, I don't like to do this, but I have to, because people went out of their way to help us out. If I don't reciprocate, then I'm not doing my job as a monk either. Okay? So we are opening 2 more branch temples at the same time. during this pandemic. It's because all this accumulation of these things, you disciples, left home disciples, your skill level is good enough for me to populate those places. Okay? We don't accept locations unless we can serve them. It's unlike my Chinese master. He buys locations for next generations or whatever. I buy a location in order to serve you right now. Okay? So that I need people to be able to man these temples. Okay? And your skills are good enough to do that. It's so important. Okay? That's me. Okay? Because if you support us, then I feel obligated to make sure that your support is maximized so that you can go to the Pure Land, so that you can become enlightened. That's my job. You support us, and it's my job to make sure that your support is maximized. Okay? So that means that we have to deploy and utilize these way places. Okay? In contrast, for example, my master have 3, maybe 4, I know about 4 locations here, 4 properties here in Southern California. Okay? If I had 4 locations like that, I would not accept them or buy them even. Okay? Because I don't have enough manpower to repay my supporters' investments. Okay? By the way, if you have, you want to give me 2 more locations, I can handle it, by the way. Don't get me wrong. We can handle it, okay? We can handle more than 4. But be it as it may, the point being that, okay, personally, I'm lazy, but I will do as I must, okay? So it's because of you who are able to come up to speed quickly. It's because of you who are able to receive the sudden teaching, the sudden enlightenment teaching. Okay? You're good enough to do that. Okay? That's why it's happening. It's incredible, your rate of growth, the great improvement in the last 2 years in particular is unimaginable. Okay? I have people that I went to Korea with 2 years ago. I look at those people and say, I want to bring you to Korea because I know people, the Korean Sunims are better than you. Okay? So I want you to see people are better than you. Okay? And after 2 years, these Korean Sunims are left behind the dust. They can't even see my disciples. Okay, so how fast people have been improving. That's incredible. So you see, all these conditions occur simultaneously to force us to accord with them. Okay? But I don't change because I'm still lazy. I still prefer to have only 1 red car. That's all I ask for this lifetime. When I get a red car, then I've made it. Okay? I don't count temples, I only count red cars. Okay? So in Bubian, I said, accord with condition, we don't change. Yes, conditions force us to improve and change, and you all responded, but I'm still the same person. Okay? But now, Bubian Sui Yuan, Now the next line in our lineage is 不变随缘, meaning we don't change yet according with conditions. Very good translation, by the way. It's about you. It's no longer about me. Okay, meaning you understand your assignment. Okay, meaning that now is your turn, disciples, to show the world that you don't change. That you deserve to be there. You deserve to be put in those places. You deserve to go and serve with me, Shakyamuni Buddha's Dharma of sudden enlightenment. So no matter what, how difficult it is, no matter how much work it is, no much how successful you'll be or how badly you fail, you still maintain the idea in your heart. We're all here to serve the Buddha's Dharma. And that's the second and third generation. We going to get out from under Master YongHua's shadow and serve the Buddha's Dharma. Don't change. Don't ever change that in your heart. That's 不变随缘. You don't change and accord the conditions to serve the Buddha Dharma. It's about you and me together now. Is it clear? So keep improving. You ain't seen nothing yet. I only started to use the sudden enlightenment teaching to teach you the last year or so only. Still 20 years left in my lifespan. So I expect so many more of you to become enlightened, to get better, and save enough money to buy me a red car. Don't ever forget that goal. So finally, in closing today, okay, I'm sorry, I sit down, I don't know what I'm going to tell you, and so somehow we talked about this today. My main point today, why did it take me so long, half an hour to get to this point, is because as we are in this together, all of us, me, you, and you, okay, going towards the same goal, serving Shakyamuni Buddha's Dharma, okay, image is very important, okay. We're going to go away from Master YongHua's, out of his shadow, okay. It's too Chinese for me, personally. Okay, too Chinese. So I would tell you something is it's different. I want you to have class. My master never taught me class. His disciples, class. I saw one person over there I really like because she has class. Okay? If she ever wants to go over here, I will welcome her with open arms. She personifies class. All the 25 years I was over there, I looked around. I said, wow, that person has class. It's not enough you're enlightened. Not enough you're improving. Not enough you're high level, but you must have class, because we are representing Shakyamuni Buddha's classy Buddha Dharma. Okay? You adorn the way place. That's part of classy being classy, you adorn a way place. Okay? So, because we're practicing the Great Assembly Dharma. How do you adorn a way place? You adorn a way place because you need to generate more blessings for yourself. Okay? You need to go to the Pure Land, then you need to adorn the Pure Land. You adorn the way places. You want to go to the Pure Land, you have to adorn the way place. You have to adorn the Pure Land. Is it clear? The Pure Land is extremely adorned. And one of the things we are supposed to do, you want to go over there for rebirth, is to adorn it. And you start by adorning the way place here. Because when you adorn this way place, then you're creating blessings. Okay? This way place here, by the way, is one station for the Western Bliss Pure Land. All our way places are stations for Western Bliss Pure Land. Is that clear? Can you see now we're out from under Master Shinhua's shadow? Okay? I'm telling you, unlike his temples, my temples are part of the Pure Land. Our way places are stations towards the Pure Land. So you adorn them. Your job to adorn them. Okay, remember? I'm perfectly happy at status quo, being lazy in everything, uninterested in external things. Your job to adorn them. Is it clear? And you adorn them by your comportment every day. I know you're poor, so I can't ask you for money. I'm asking you for your comportment. Okay? So one thing I noticed today on the way you walk, okay, all of you walk very nicely, okay, much better than those 3 steps, 1 bow people. Okay, you're very adorned. Okay, one thing that you need to pay attention is when you go in the Great Assembly Dharma, okay, you disappear. You don't stand out. Okay? The Great Assembly Dharma is that we all look the same. We don't do anything that stands out. So, for example, when you circumambulate and you are around the first time around the corner, that corner right there, okay, on my right hand side, okay, that corner over there where you go from here and you go back, you go to over here, remember? You switch from holding your palm like this into to Vairochana Mudra, remember? I'm the one who walks last, so I saw all of you for this, doing this for years now. I don't say anything, because why? Because I'm lazy, because I feel I don't need to do anything. But if you need to adorn a way place, you need to want to help out, then there's a way to do that so that you disappear, okay? Many of you go like this. Are you paying attention? You're doing it wrong. Many of you, the last ones in the back, okay? You always go like this and you go like this. Or you go like this and you go like this, okay? That's wrong. When you go around the corner, okay, you want to switch from here to here, okay, from palms together to Vairochana Mudra. All you have to do is go like this. This is a half bow. You don't move your upper body. You go a half bow like this. And then you go down to Vairochana Mudra. Okay? Because when you go like this and you do more than that, you're stopping people. Okay? There's a pause there. When you turn the corner, you do a pause. So you're interrupting the flow of the circumambulation. So do it very smoothly. You go like this, go up, okay, and go down like this. That's it. That's all you have to do. Is that clear? Only new people don't know how to do that. Okay, and so now please pay attention and can help the new people who are coming. All right? Show them properly so that all of you disappear. You all do the same thing. Okay? All right? Any questions or comments? And finally, register to vote. Okay? I'm apolitical, but you cannot ignore it anymore. Okay? Apparently, I'm told that some of the senior disciples of Master YongHua vote. Apparently, I don't know how true whether it's true or not. I don't vote. Okay, but it's because I don't want to involve in worldly affairs. However, we cannot ignore the state of the world. Okay, right now, if your vote counts, so make sure you register to vote and vote. Okay, this is the time where your vote really matters. Whoever you want to do and support, it's your vote. You need to go out there and vote. Okay? Because I want to see how people in this country vote, because I will respond to that. I will not meddle, but the fate of this country in the next 4 years depends on your vote. So make sure you register and vote, including you, left home people. You want to vote, by all means, I support that. Okay? All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's take a break, 10-minute break, come back and do the lunch offering.